Rohan lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone. He was young, smart, and had that charm people couldn't ignore. But behind the easy smile was someone who believed he had life all figured out. Trick people before they trick you. That was his rule. He borrowed money from friends and never paid back. He lied to his teachers to dodge punishment. He cheated on every exam like it was a game, and every time he got away with it, his belief grew stronger. To him, honesty was for the weak. In this world, only fools play fair, he'd say. His parents tried again and again to steer him right. Son, kindness matters. Integrity matters. But Rohan would laugh it off. Get real, Dad. Winners don't wait for karma. Winners make their own luck. Then one day, his school invited an old man to give a talk. No big deal, Rohan thought. Another lecture? The old man spoke softly but firmly about karma. The idea that what you give, you get back. Good or bad, it circles back. Rohan leaned over to his friend, smirking. Stories for losers. I've done what I wanted for years, and look at me, still on top. But the old man caught his eye and smiled. Young man, let me tell you a story. And just like that, Rohan was pulled into a tale that wasn't about him, but would soon feel like it was written just for him. Rohan kept playing his old games, blind to the cracks forming beneath him. He tricked a classmate into doing his homework. Again. Lied to his teacher with such ease, it almost sounded like truth. He even slipped his hand into a friend's wallet during lunch, snatching money like it meant nothing. But this time, life had started taking notes. When Rohan applied for a prestigious scholarship, he thought it would be another easy win. He faked documents, wrote up a shiny essay full of lies about achievements he never earned. In his head, he was already celebrating. After all, who could outsmart Rohan? But karma, as always, moves in silence until it strikes loud. The scholarship committee, usually careless, decided to verify every record that year. One by one, they spoke to his teachers, classmates, and even his old friends. The web Rohan had spun started unraveling fast. Every lie he'd told, every person he'd cheated, they all spoke up. Not only was his application rejected, but the story spread like wildfire. Teachers who once overlooked his tricks turned their backs. Friends he'd fooled wanted nothing to do with him. His parents, who had long warned him, were crushed with disappointment. For the first time, Rohan wasn't the smart guy in control. He was the fool everyone pointed at. At school, he walked through hallways that once echoed with his confidence. Now they felt cold. Conversations stopped when he passed. His phone stayed silent. No texts, no calls. The fame he chased turned to shame overnight. Sitting alone in his room, Rohan finally heard the echo of that old man's words. Karma is like a mirror. It reflects whatever you do. And now, the mirror showed him everything he never wanted to see. That evening, stripped of pride, he went to his grandfather, a man of few words but deep wisdom. With a heavy voice, Rohan confessed, "Grandpa, is there a way to fix this? Or is it too late for me?" His grandfather looked at him, not with anger but with calm that cut deeper. Karma punishes, yes, but it also rewards those who change. If you start today, your future can still be different. The message was clear. The fall had happened. Now the climb had to begin. The next morning, Rohan woke up early, not because he had to, but because guilt wouldn't let him sleep. His grandfather's words kept ringing. If you start today, your future can still be different. So he started. First, he went to his friend, the one he stole money from. Face pale, voice shaking, Rohan admitted the theft and handed back the cash. He didn't expect forgiveness, and honestly, he didn't deserve it yet. His friend's eyes narrowed with anger, but softened when he saw the sincerity in Rohan's face. "Just don't do it again," the friend muttered, and walked away. Small, but it was a start. Next, Rohan approached his teachers, the same people he had lied to and tricked over and over. "I'm sorry," he said simply. "I want to change. I know I've let you down." Some scoffed, thinking it was just another game. Others gave him a second look, curious if he meant it. Then came the hardest part: his parents. He stood before them. No smart words, no excuses. Just raw truth. "I thought being clever meant getting ahead, no matter how. But I see now I was only fooling myself. I want to earn your trust back." His mother's eyes filled with tears, not of anger, but of relief that her son was finally facing himself. His father, normally stern, nodded once. No lectures, just that one nod, and it meant everything. From that day, Rohan changed his game. He stopped tricking others into doing his work and started studying for real. It was hard. His classmates were far ahead, and every mistake he made felt like a punishment for his past. But he kept going, quietly, steadily. The people around him watched, at first with suspicion, waiting for him to slip back into old habits. But days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly, trust began to sprout like small green shoots in dry soil. One afternoon, a teacher who had once dismissed him as hopeless pulled him aside. "I see you're serious this time, Rohan. Keep going." That simple sentence felt better than any fake achievement he'd ever claimed. At school, he joined a group project, not to manipulate, but to genuinely contribute. When his team won praise, they looked at him not with scorn, but with respect. For once, Rohan felt what real pride was, not the hollow kind built on lies, but the solid, heavy kind that sits deep in your chest. It wasn't easy. Not everyone forgave. Some wounds take time, but bit by bit, Rohan was sewing back the fabric of his life that he had once ripped apart. Years passed. The boy who once thought cheating was smart had now become a man people respected. Rohan didn't just fix his past. He built a future so solid no storm could shake it. He opened his own business, a small but honest trading company in town. No tricks, no shortcuts. His rule was simple: fairness first, profit second. And that rule brought him more success than all his old lies ever did. People who once avoided him now came to him for advice. "Rohan, how did you turn it around?" they asked. He would smile and answer without ego. "I learned the hard way." Karma never forgets, but it forgives those who change. One day, a young boy came into his shop. Nervous, shifty-eyed, Rohan recognized the look instantly, the same hunger for shortcuts that he once had. The boy tried to lie about needing money for school books. Rohan didn't scold. He sat the boy down and told him the whole story. The lies, the fall, the pain, and finally, the climb back up. The boy listened, wide-eyed. "So, you think I can change too?" Rohan's answer was firm. "Only if you start today, just like I did." That's when Rohan knew he had come full circle, from the kid who mocked the idea of karma to the man teaching others about it. At home, his parents, now older but proud, often watched him with quiet joy. His father would sometimes repeat that same nod he gave years ago, the nod that meant, "Well done, son." And his grandfather, who once planted the seed of change in him, passed away with a smile, knowing Rohan had finally understood life's real rules. Rohan's name became synonymous with honesty in the town. Not because he was perfect, but because everyone knew his journey. He proved that even if karma hits back hard, it also opens a door, if you're brave enough to walk through it. And every time someone asked him the secret to his success, he would simply say, Karma always comes back. So I made sure mine was good.